Hey, Val.
Hey, Al. Hey, Naomi.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to D-Commentaries.
Thank you. Welcome to you. Welcome to our listeners. And welcome to our very special guest, Naomi Snieckus.
Woo!
That's me.
Hi, Naomi. Thank you for being here.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
For those who are unaware, Naomi is Principal Lee in the Zombies franchise. She was also in the Swap out of DCOMs as well. But Naomi, why don't you tell us what other important elements of your bio you want people to know about?
That's it. You did it. That's all I've got. In fact, I forgot about half of those. So you're right on track.
She only remembers two Zombies movies.
Oh, that's all I can do. I can only keep so much in this brain at a certain time.
Well, I read somewhere that you were like the funniest person in Canada or something like that at some point.
That's what I try. I try to put that out there. And it really isn't true because Canada's full of funny people. I can't be the funniest. I don't know where that quote came from, but I'm sure my mother put it out there and people just glommed onto it.
That's funny. That's something awesome. My dad would do to me. He probably is in the suburbs of Chicago right now being like, my daughter, the funniest one in the city.
My father used to carry around an article of a play that I did, but it wasn't a great review.
Oh,
so I don't know why, but it was a picture and it was a hockey play, and the headline was "They shoot, they don't score." But he was so proud, they kept like bringing it up, going, "My daughter's an actor," and then people are like, "Oh, cool," and then they'd look at it and go, "Ooh, not great, not great," and he'd be like, "My daughter." She works for SNL. And I'm like, it's not SNL. It's not SCTV. It's Second City. Like, he just didn't quite get the facts.
That's adorable, though. Also, a hockey play is like so Canadian.
We need to bring that back. That's going to be relevant with Heated Rivalry now.
Do we have to jump into Heated Rivalry right away? But it is.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
Amazing. So why don't you get kind of take us back all the way a little bit to how you got your start in performing and acting and kind of where your love for it kind of sparked?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I guess my mom was an actor. So when she used to go to rehearsals as a kid, I used to like hang out in the theater and like take my nap on stage left. You know what I mean? So I was really like enamored with that life. And like actors are kind of the best people to hang around with. Like they're the most fun. And if you get into the comedy world, then you're just a bunch of jokers making each other laugh. So it's a pretty great life. I mean, as a kid, I didn't know that it was going to be that hard, but I know that I was watching my mom and she would shine. She would do like Hedda Gabler. And then the next week she would do like a farce, and she had the audience just eating out of the palm of her hand. So I was really enamored with that. So I think that's probably where I started getting into it.
Wow.
And then, brick by brick, you sort of do a show and you play Grumpy and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and you play, which I still have the tune for. And, you play, I just knew that it was something I wanted to do. I danced for a long time, but I knew that performing was really important to me.
That's so cool. So you were doing like plays and stuff when you were a kid.
I mean, like student plays, right? Like school plays.
Yeah.
Did you all do those?
Yeah.
What was your big breakthrough student
There's
performance?
A horrifying picture of me as Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, ma'am.
My big break was 8th grade. I played Mae Peterson in Bye Bye Birdie, the mom.
Humble brag.
Yeah.
My brother was in Bye Bye Birdie, Val.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm trying to think. That's the little. Did you hear?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really great musical.
That was a fun one.
Wow.
Big break.
When did you get into improv and start doing improv?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I remember seeing a Second City touring company go through my town where I was living, Kitchener-Waterloo, and I was like, oh, that looks really amazing. And so in my brain, I was like, I was always attracted to the magic / spontaneity and I don't know, mind work, like thinking on your feet. Mm-hmm. And then, we watched SCTV as a family. So that was our grouping of television watching. So that was huge for me too. So as far as when I started going into improv, I guess there was a little bit of improv in theater school. And then after that, I ended up crashing the auditions at Second City. They wouldn't give me a time and I crashed the auditions. And and then the rest is sort of history after that.
That's
but
amazing.
they wouldn't see me. And I was like, I gotta find out if this is something I can do.
Yeah.
And make sure I do it before I turn 80.
Wow. And that
Wow.
all turned out. Because you
It all
are
turned out.
81.
Here at 80.
81 and you did it.
I'm so proud. Oh my God, what a life. Yeah.
And to
Wow.
clarify for
I
our
knew it.
listeners too, you were in Toronto at the time at Second City Toronto.
That's
Okay,
right.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Not Second City Chicago, but I do have tons of friends over at Second City Chicago. And for a while we had like different crossovers, like Mick Napier from Chicago came and directed one of our shows.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so there's some great,
Amazing.
great folks in Chicago.
I have to say I am an annoyance gal.
Yeah.
Okay.
She does a ton of stuff at the Annoyance.
Tells me everything about you. That tells me everything.
Al, have you done
do.
3 solo shows at the Annoyance?
I've done 2 solo
cool.
shows and
2.
4 Christmas shows with my best friend, which you can imagine if it's an Annoyance style Christmas show. And then, a handful of other projects with pals there. So I love the Annoyance.
I mean, we could spend half of this interview just talking about the people we know in
Quite
common.
literally.
Probably.
And to
Let's-
save our listeners, we'll do that off camera.
Yeah. We'll just give you a graph.
Yes.
There'll be a follow-up graph for everybody. PDF.
Yes. And Val and I know each other through comedy sports.
Mhm.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're both still
Yeah,
on
I
the
didn't-
ensemble there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and do you ever go over into the Annoyance world, Val?
I did some workshops there and I've done shows there, like one-off shows. But I have not gotten as embedded there. I started doing improv a little bit older, so I kind of missed the boat on like some of the classes and stuff. Like by the time I was done with IO and Second City and Conservatory and all that stuff, I was like in my mid 30s, and then it was like,
What was there an
pandemic.
age cutoff?
No, I
They're
just
like,
kind
you're
of
30. I'm sorry.
I work. It's just I now have a baby and work a 9 to 5, and so I have to kind of
that's the different key.
Yeah.
It's the baby ingredient.
Yeah.
That changes
so
things.
I have to kind of, and I coach at Comedy Sports as well, so I have
cool.
to kind of be conservative with my time. But I have performed at the Annoyance, and I know Rich Sohn and Rebecca Sohn.
Yeah. Oh
and
my
Mark
God, the
Sutton,
Sohns.
and
Come on,
yeah,
let's go.
all of
Go.
them.
I love all those people. Susan Messing.
Yeah.
Go. All
That
of
was where I
them.
first met Susan, was a workshop at the Annoyance. And
Oh my
yeah, there
gosh.
was a summer I quit my day job and just did intensives all summer. And so I had Susan
What a
and I had
life.
Rachel at Second City, Rachel Mason.
Rachel.
Yeah, so it was just like an epic summer. I think I was with Anthony LeBlanc that summer too. It was crazy. I
Killer.
had everyone.
Side Susan Messing story is I knew Susan for a long time because she's Susan Messing. And then we were both in Sweden, I think, doing one of those great improv festivals. And they were like, do you mind billeting with Susan and Rachel? And we're like, yeah, no problem. Matt and I, my husband and I traveled together. And I was like, that's no problem. And then just instantly fell in love. We would just have the biggest snack, I don't know, bucket, just every day more snacks were coming. And we just had the best time. And then we're like, oh, we're going to be friends forever
That's
now.
awesome.
And we
That's
are.
amazing.
She's a force of nature.
She's a force.
It's crazy.
I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually took writing from Michael. I was in one of his last
interesting.
classes. Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. You're
Yeah. I've
right into the community.
I've been very fortunate to have
Yeah.
learned from a lot of really amazing people.
How old's your baby?
She just turned 2 in December.
Okay. So it's going to be a bit and then she'll be on stage with you.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
You know.
She can come to Comedy Sports shows basically now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toddler improv.
What's that game?
Toddler pause. for sure.
What is it? Baby Detective that we could play with her?
Oh my gosh.
You basically just improvise with a baby on stage and pretend they're a detective. It's the funniest thing.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. I would love it. I would love
The
it.
thing is, Alice, my daughter, would actually try to improvise. She already has better object work than I do. So we'd have to
I know, because they have no ego
right,
or
right.
concerns about how they look or anything. They're like, I'm just playing make believe.
Right, exactly.
And then somewhere along the lines, I worry about my belly. And that, no, I don't know, not making it up. Don't worry about my double chin, all the things.
I hope that never happens to her. I just want her to stay innocent
Forever.
Yeah. Amazing. So you got into Second City by just crashing the audition, and then like you did some main stage shows, or like what was your involvement there?
Yeah, I did 5 main stage shows. Wow. And it was over, but it's different in Toronto, right? Because they changed over a lot. And also we had this little break because I don't know if you know, but the buildings shut down and we started a new building.
I didn't.
And then we relaunched that building. Yeah, wow. So that's when Mick came in and directed. But yeah, that was like salad days, like the best time of my life. Yeah. Just, like doing a show every night and hanging out with your favorite people. I met my husband there. Like It was just the best. And then writing new shows and how hard that is, but it's challenging and interesting. And it really, and then just look, like just being part of the Second City family I'll never take lightly. I'm honored that I get to have those folks in my corner, and Andrew Alexander is a gem, and it's really lucked out with that step in my life.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
So did you like aspire to go into TV and movies, or did you kind of stumble in, how did that transition happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I always thought I would do that because of comedy and SCTV, and but I think for a while, like before Second City, I was like, I just want to act. And then after Second City, I was like, oh, I just want to do comedy. For a while, I was like, maybe I'll do Shakespeare. And I'm like, maybe I'll never do Shakespeare. And the comedy is all I ever wanted to do. And so I think it's a natural thing for comedians to go into TV and film because it's such a great platform for comedy. Like it's so in the moment, and you have to like feed off each other so much. I mean, so is theater.
Yeah.
Really, the world is built for comedy. You just have to find your place.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Oh, so cool.
What was the first like kind of big break, like to get into, on camera stuff?
No, I think there's a bunch of little mini breaks. Don't you think? Like when you find yourself going like, what? Like, okay, here's a couple. I'm going to drop a bunch of names because they're our heroes and it only lets me celebrate them a bunch. But like one of the first weeks at Second City, we're doing a show and it's a touring company. So we're in like the Muskokas, which is cottage country in Canada. If you think about let's go to the cottage, it's that kind of thing. Okay. Now we're speaking the same language. And so we're doing the show. It's a sketch show, and you do the little 20-minute improv set at the end. Right. Typically the stage manager might come backstage and say, hey, we have a couple of guests that are in the audience. They'd like to join the improv set. And it's Martin Short and Catherine O'Hara.
No.
Because Martin Short has a cottage up there. I know your faces are exactly how we all felt. We all just threw up in our mouths. And then we spent an hour improvising with our heroes. Like,
that's incredible.
But the thing about improv and comedy is it's all leveling. Like you're not ever like you're building something together. It is that brick by brick. I say that a lot in life because it's never like, okay, folks, stand back and watch me. It's like, what are we going to make together?
Right.
So Catherine O'Hara and Martin Short step in, and we're now comedians together making something. Yeah, that was a huge. I don't know that. I don't think anything came at like it wasn't like a big break. It was in the audience be like, give that girl a show. It was more like just
an amazing,
a great moment.
Yeah.
Mm.
And they seem like two of the most generous people, both like
the
in
best.
Life and in their comedy. So I feel like
100%.
So fun.
Yeah. Years later, when Matt, I was on. Martin Short did a special in Canada that I was on, and my husband, Matt Barham, did a commercial with him. So we knew each other a little bit. And when Matt had his final show at Second City, I contacted Marty and asked if he would call, and he called Matt and said, have a great last show. Like that kind of person. You know what I mean? Like just good, solid people.
I love when you hear that good people who you want to be good are good people, and then like good people getting things makes me happy.
100%. That's why I'm like, I'm going to tell all those stories forever because I want people to know how good folks are. Mm-hmm. And like, I know, like, I'm sure Catherine O'Hara is a huge inspiration for you too as well, right? She paved the way for us knowing, like maybe you're in a bit of a different generation, but until I saw Catherine O'Hara, Andrew Martin, Robin Duke, like doing characters that I'm like, oh, those aren't just like ditzy secretary, housewives, prostitutes, nurses. They're actually full characters.
Right.
Like, I'm forever indebted into those folks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so cool. What a great memory.
I know. I'm really lucky that I got to have like moments like that, you know, where you get to meet heroes and they don't let you down. They actually like even shine brighter.
Yeah. Wow. Did you get to do any other stuff with like, you know, those like Second City or like SCTV like greats?
Yeah.
Like,
yes. It's ridiculous because you look at the TV and you're like, how did my life get me? Look, okay. So it is a bit name droppy, but again, so I'll tell you why it's a good story before I tell the story, because I had like great moments that I learned from that I carry in my heart forever, like from Catherine Hare and Martin Short. And then one day, knock, 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 the stage manager comes by. We have a guest in the audience that would like to come and do the improv set. Oh, it's Robin Williams.
Oh my God.
Right?
I would faint.
But you can't faint because you just go, oh, we gotta go. We gotta be on stage together, right? Like I can't afford to put him on a pedestal because that would screw us up on stage.
Yeah.
But he was like, you think about his character now that's like, oh, he's going to be just like, I'll just stand back, let him just take the stage. No, he was like lobbing suggestions, giving offers, supporting characters, the most generous performer. And then he did an hour with us and then he stayed for pictures and so another person reminding us to like, no, just don't be cool. Don't be a jerk, you know?
Yeah.
Be good.
I often say that Robin Williams was one of the people who raised me. So that's very nice to hear.
Yeah.
That he was such
Agreed.
a good person.
They did though. You're right. Because these are folks that like, you were probably walking around your house, like doing Robin Williams-isms. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
sure.
it.
Wow. I don't find myself like speechless many times, and you keep saying things that are making me not even have a response.
But don't you have, haven't you had those moments where somebody you're like, oh, like, I can't speak.
Yes.
Because but as improvisers, like who's somebody you've shared a stage with that you were like,
not many to that level. I would say. But
even teachers or folks that like, right?
Doing improv like with like on the same stage as like Susan Messing. Do you know Dina Fackless?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
That name sounds familiar.
She founded the Virgin Daiquiris, which was like the all women.
Oh, I know
show.
Virgin Daiquiris. Yeah.
So she like ran a program for a while and I was in that. And so I did a lot of improv with her and like she had improvised with like every single, you know, person on earth. And I remember always thinking like, try not to think about how you're stacking up and just be in the moment, you know?
I know.
And she was such a great, like she was obviously an amazing partner to be on stage with. So it was never a problem. But like, I definitely have been like starstruck just by like really amazing Chicago improvisers. And also like knowing that they have like improvised with like famous people. I've always... So kind of like
I know you can just mess your mind up so badly just like going down that. But if you do, you're kind of pooching yourself for having like scenes and stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. But I feel like if someone's a good improviser, which like if they're at that level where they're like famous or even just peripheral to famous people, like they're probably pretty good at what they're doing. So they can
agreed.
Like help you, you know, even if for a moment you're kind of like
I know.
So
they can smell it. They can smell the fear. I know.
Yeah. I did MC the Chicago Improv Festival once. And so I did get to like introduce and like interact with some famous people, which was kind of like an interesting experience for sure.
And then quickly you realize like one day they're directing you, tomorrow you're directing them. Like it really is this industry, you're always on the same level as far as comedy goes.
Yeah.
Like you want to keep playful, right?
No, for sure.
To your point of teachers, where I think I was really nervous, and then there were so many people when I first started out a couple years ago who I then got to share the stage with. So it's kind of going to be like my level of like, I admired this person and then got to work with this person. Yeah. Like Mary Catherine Curran, even my favorite annoyance teacher, Jimmy Pennington, he moved to LA. But Jimmy said something to me that has always stuck with me of people want to work with you, but you have to ask them.
You have to put yourself out there.
Yeah, because they want to work with you, but they don't know that you want to work with them until you talk to them about it. And so don't let the fear of that person doesn't want to work with me hold you back, and just ask them. So then I got to work with subsequently Mary Catherine Curran, who I looked up to, and then she ended up directing several things I was in, and now she's one of my friends. And so it's like, people want to work with you, but you have to ask them.
What's the expression is fortune favors the bold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Which is like, or I say like, I play the you never know card a lot. Like when I call like Robin Duke, who is in the same realm of Catherine Harry, Andrea Martin, was one of the SCTV, but then went on to be, I think, the very first female SNL writer.
Wow.
And I just produced a TV series, and I was like, I'm going to ask Robin Duke if she wants. There's not a lot of money, but maybe. And she's like, yeah, maybe I'll do it. So you never know. Play the you never know card, because I guarantee you that if they're worth their weight in salt, these artists, they just want to create.
Exactly.
It's not about how much money we're making. It's not about the logistics about things. It's just like, let's create together.
Yeah, that's so true.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, virtual hugs. Oh my gosh. That just reminds me of all the COVID days of just being like, this is nice. This is just like, and pretending
I really needed this. I really needed this, you guys.
It's
like
us playing Among Us on Zoom.
This is hour 6.
Did you actually do any improv on Zoom? Because I did. Man,
like what a nightmare.
So much improv on Zoom. Al didn't do it.
I refused.
She was like, I'm out. I'm not doing it.
It was just like, we all did the improv, and at the end we were like, that was great. And I was like, no, man, no, it wasn't. It was as good as it could be. At least we did something.
Right, exactly.
I did go, Val, go.
Oh, I was just going to say, I did think it was incredibly freeing to have no reaction whatsoever, right? Because if you don't have an audience to react, you can't fall into the like trap of trying to play to the audience, and you are just doing it for you and the people you're playing with.
But I mean, but trap slash DNA, like we feed off the audience to tell us what direction to go, right? So if you're not hearing anybody, and they're like, I'm just going to go in this direction. Oh, you hated it? Sorry.
Well, we didn't know in the moment, so bye.
That's right. How much did you pay for that improv show? Oh, nothing? You're welcome.
That was for me.
That's right. This one's for me.
This one's for mama. Yeah, I was not.
Agreed.
I am definitely someone who very much needs the audience. I love interacting with the audience, and I love, especially in comedy sports, which is my favorite show to do. I love being that person who's gonna break.
What's your favorite game?
Ooh, I can tell you my least favorite game is forward reverse. I don't like forward reverse. I can't remember what I said. I am not being present enough.
What about the Foursquare one? Do you have that?
Yes. I love guessing games. So we play a crazy game at the end called Six Things, where you have to guess activities and replacements with gibberish. But my favorite game that's a guessing game is Interrogation. I love an interrogation game.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite, where you're trying to get someone to guess something with clues, and I love pop culture, and so I can get a lot of those references. So those are some of my favorite ones.
I love that.
Val, what about you?
What about you, Val?
I think my favorite games are like justification games, like like Conjunction Junction, or like
what's Conjunction Junction?
So the like ref or whoever's like hosting the game will have a list of conjunctions, and as the scene is going on, they'll just be like, because, and you have to like say because, and then like keep going, like use that in your line.
Yeah, okay.
Or like in regards to, or like whatever, and
I like that.
Yeah. And so they can mess with you, and do like a string of them, or like do the same one over and over again or whatever.
Oh, that's fun. I've never played that.
Yeah, it's very fun. Yeah, it's a really good one. I love that. And I like using like short formy type things to inspire long form too. Like Al's not as into long form as I am, but like we actually created an improvised Disney Channel original movie show.
Of course he did.
And they use a like I don't know if you know Spoon River, but it's like a monologue. Yeah. They use the Spoon River as like the way to create the world that that night's DCOM is going to take place in, and they each do their little monologues, and it's like such a fun way to kind of
that's cool.
Put like a game inside of the long form piece. So I love that. I think it's really fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Next time I'm in Chicago, can we improvise together?
Yeah. Yes.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
I know.
I have my calendar right here, Naomi.
Literally die.
Oh, you have a writing calendar.
Yeah.
That's
Talk
the
about being
cutest.
over
She's
80.
a Luddite. Yeah. She's like
adorable.
7 years younger than I am, and she is such a Luddite. And I'm like, all like, where's my Google Calendar?
I love that.
Yes.
Whatever works for you.
Thank you. If I write it down, I'll remember it. And so it helps.
I used to have the same sort of instinct. I used to have a thing called Filofax. Do you remember Filofaxes?
Oh, whoa, I do.
They were these like little, I mean, this might be something you need to research and get into, but they were like these little binders. They were about this big, and they had like little, like rings that you would have to buy the calendar for and buy the pages for. And they have different, I look at you, you're salivating.
I need this.
I need you to look into it. It's a kind of like an 80s thing, but I used to swear by it. Yeah.
It's
Filofax.
It's kind of like a reusable, like calendar, like journal.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just
but it has different look. Like you could have one that's like one tab might have a map that you pull out. Another tab would be all your contacts. Another tab. So it's like early day computer, basically.
This is exactly what I need. My boss is making fun of me because I started doing business development, moving from customer service, and I just have an envelope of probably 500 business cards that I've gotten. And he goes, that's what like the internet and an Excel sheet is for. And I'm like, no. Right. I know the dates that these came in, and I know literally opened it yesterday and found someone.
Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. I want you to go research Filofax and then circle back and let me know what you think. I think I might have just made your dreams come true.
Yes.
Circling all the way back, though, do you have a favorite short form improv game, Naomi?
Oh, yeah. I know. Gosh, I ask questions. I should always know the answer. I like the shift the four squares. I like that one. I don't know. I do a lot of long form these days, so I don't have like short form in my.
Do you typically do the Herald, or do you have other styles of long form you do?
Yeah, other styles like, so Matt and I started this company when we left Second City called the National Theater of the World. And we toured that. And then that was basically improv genres. So we do like an improvised play in the style of David Mamet or an improvised play in the style of Tennessee Williams. And we do a different style every week with costumes and set and things like that. So that was really exciting and learned a lot about like storytelling and stagecraft and things like that. And then we would have guests come in and do we did the Chicago Comedy Festival and Joe Flaherty was our guest and we did a Canadian playwright. So we kind of did that kind of thing. And then another format we did was called Script Tease, which is we originated, and now it's being done a little bit in the world. Like LA did it over at Improv Theater. But basically it's you get 2 pages of a script that's written for you. You read them for the first time in front of the audience. Then you throw the pages down, you improvise the rest of the play. So it's really fun. And you get the playwright to give you like what your character's looking like and maybe objective. And you get like them to decide what the set should look like and if there's any music. So they have sort of choices and then you jump in and you start. So those are sort of fun formats that I have played, but I don't know. I also like the tangential improv where you sort of find like connections between scenes and callbacks that way. But I don't know. I haven't done like short form for a long time. I like your suggestions though.
Yeah.
I'll do those.
We'll do when we do our show, we'll do a mix between short form and long form.
For sure.
I love that. I love that.
Did you,
idea.
when
You can even hop into the improvised DCOM if you want.
Okay.
When you did, we'll stop talking about improv for our listeners soon. This is for me and Val.
Why are they here? What, first of all, if you're listening, why are you here if you don't want to hear about improv?
Did you have a game when you did your improvised set after a Second City show that was like, did you guys always play freeze or did you like, what was your...
Like for the whole set, you mean? We would do a lot of pad sets. Did you ever do pad sets where we'd sort of like write down a bunch of suggestions and piece them together?
Yeah.
Okay.
What we would do, I like doing like the LaRon set where you get two actors and one person leaves and keep doing that. You know what? We used to call it the Mark McKinney. Do you know who Mark McKinney is from Kids in the Hall?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kids in the Hall is like fantastic. Put that down in your list of things to look at because they are fantastic. And you'll love all those dudes that are in that. So Mark McKinney came in and taught us this format once that I loved, which was everybody defines their characters. So it's like monologue. Maybe you have like a same theme, like an ism. Maybe it's your theme is like separatism or fascism or something like that. And everybody's talking about their version of that as characters. And then you fall away and you all find scenes for that character to do. So then you sort of make the character the hero and then that character falls away and then the next character comes and make that character the hero. So it's a really good way of writing.
Yeah.
So if somebody talks about like, you know, I hate cats. Well, the first scene you're going to put them in a pet rescue scene. So it really like challenges your writing skills for that too. And Mark taught us that, which I really loved.
That's fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Improv is infinite.
I know. I love it. I really could talk forever. I love talking about improv so much.
Nice. Well, to jump
Amazing.
from improv to a bigger reason why we're here, DCOMs. So you were in a handful of DCOMs, one very successful franchise, and one movie that happened. I think.
It also happened.
I think if I remember correctly, I didn't rank it very high, Val, did I?
I think we were
medium,
not negative on it. Yeah. There were things we liked and things we didn't like. One of the things we liked was you.
Yes.
Like I remember specifically talking about the swap. Yes. Okay.
Not horrible, but I remember but zombies is better.
Oh, for sure. But you were the coach. You were like, you had like 2 scenes basically, but it was so fun. Like you like stole the show. I felt.
We've before we even like talked to you directly, we have talked so highly of you on our podcast.
Of you, yeah.
That's
because
insane.
you made such an impression on us. And then when we found out that you're an improviser, we're like, oh yeah, that's why she's our favorite. Because your energy is just so radiant when you're embodying these characters. Whereas Zombies 1, we were love the principal, done. Like love to coach. We have our favorite lines we say at the beginning of our episodes.
Oh, the coach is fantastic.
You are such an incredible actress, but also just like a joy to watch on the screen.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's my new ringtone. What you just said, that's my new ringtone.
I'll follow up with an email of
I love it.
Well, if you want a new ringtone, so one thing we do at the beginning of our like normal episodes when we talk about a movie is we do a cold open where we basically do a reading of one of the scenes. And the cold open that I picked for Zombies 1 was the scene where Zed is in your office with Coach. So it's the 3 of you. And Al played you, so you can listen to Al being
That's
you.
Such a fun thing to do. That's really fun.
Yeah. So you can enjoy that as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
How did you get like into the Disney of it all? Like how did that happen?
Well, I mean, those are just auditions. But let me just tell you something for the swap though. I don't remember the director's name, but that's a fact check we can all do.
I have it. Jamie Karras and Ron Oliver. That's what IMDb says anyway.
I think it was Jay, but I got to set and he was like a super playful director, which is really nice to discover. Like when you get there, it's not just about like hitting your mark. He was like, no, play. So that was definitely good to have that kind of freedom. And then, you know what the wild thing about Disney Zombies is, we were living in Los Angeles at the time. They shot 1, 2, 3 in Canada, and then 4, which I was not in, went to New Zealand. Suck it. So, we were living in this little guest house of our friends, and I was auditioning for it. And before I auditioned for it, my friend comes down to the guest house. He's like, "Hey, I'm writing this new script. I got to share the new music for it." And it's Joseph Rasso, who's our friend, who wrote the first one with David Knight. Yeah. So he was like working on Disney Zombies 1. He was like, "Listen to this music." I'm like, "That's really good." Yeah. And then I'm like, "Oh my God, I have an audition for it." Not that writers ever have pull for anything, but it was such a weird like meeting of minds there. So I just auditioned in video. So sent my videotape in, and they were like, "Put that woman in a pink pantsuit. Let's go."
Need her to be by a dancing shrimp mascot. ASAP.
That's right. Like, let's do a chemistry check with a shrimp mascot. Oh my God, it's delightful. Yeah.
That's amazing.
But those people, I mean, the Milo and Meg and all the team that have gone through all the 4 are some of the most delightful and talented people. Like Milo Mannheim's like a very special human being, not only talent for days, but he's the guy at 4 o'clock in the morning when you're all like shoveling sugar into your face from craft services to keep away. He's like, "Okay, folks." And he's like camp counseling the whole thing. He's such a sweetheart. Or like he notices one of the background performer doesn't have a jacket. He's like making sure that they have a jacket because we're outside at 4 o'clock in the morning. So
you're
really like special folks.
You're validating Al because she has the biggest crush on Milo Man.
Of course you do. He's delightful. He's the sweetest. He's the sweetest ever. And his mother.
I listened to your episode with Cameron as well. Yeah. She's something else.
She's something else. Like, look at the power team that those two are. They're amazing. But Karen Mannheim's, she's one of the most inspiring actors we have in this era, this chapter of our lives, for sure.
Yeah, she's really cool. So she was bound to have a
pretty you did listen to my podcast. That's so great.
I mean, as soon as I discovered it, I was like texting out, I was like, "You won't believe this." And I was like so excited, and I wanted to listen to more episodes before today. I just ran out of time. So I'm probably gonna go back.
Awesome.
Like I also listened to the episode with Annie Murphy. Because
I was gonna say, I bet that one's a good.
Yeah. I love Schitt's Creek.
And Jen Robertson's in there too from Schitt's Creek.
I saw that, yeah. And I wanted to listen to the Kylie Russell episode. I just didn't get to it.
Again, talent for days, Kylie Russell. Like she's got like, I don't know if you've like been listening to her music lately, but she's amazing. She's a singer-songwriter forever. She's amazing.
Awesome. So it's cool to hear that like the adults and the kid, like everybody was just kind of like cool with each other, and there wasn't any kind of like
listen, I forced my way in. They didn't. They're like free rapping it. Is it freestyle rapping? I call it free rapping. Freestyle rapping at lunchtime. And I'm like, "My name is Naomi and I'm here to say. And they're like, "That's not funny or good." But I forced them. To like, let me sit with them at the lunch table.
That's so fun.
Please, like my pantsuit.
Yeah. I know, can't you see? But then I'd be like, afterwards, I'd be like, change out of my pantsuit into like my jeans and a fun top, and I'd be like, "Hey, look, this is I'm cool." Okay,
you're like
this is how I usually am.
Buscemi meme where he's like, "Hey, fellow kids."
It is. Hey, young whippersnappers. They were very kind to me and let me play ball hockey with them at lunch, so that was nice.
So you were living in LA at the time, but then flew to Canada for all the 3 shoots. Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's classic Canadian where you live in Los Angeles, but you have to go home to work.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so fun. And Paul Hohen was the director, right? So
yeah, Paul was great.
He has directed like 20 DCOMs. Like, what was that like?
I think there's a secret sauce that like they must Disneyland be like, "Oh, he knows how to speak Disney."
Yeah.
Do you know? Like, and I do think, and plus his pace is good. Like those are long days and he gets them. So yeah, it's good.
He's a pro.
Yeah. He speaks Disney.
Any like memorable moments other than rap battling at lunch?
I think there was I don't even know if this is funny or not. Maybe I'll just tell it and then you can cut it out afterwards. But like, they're all so charming. I think I told you the story of the rap battles, and then I'd be like trying to jump in. I had this outfit. I think it might be the scene that you just told me about, but they put me in this outfit, and you know when you go to your trailer and whatever's hanging up, you just put on and go, "Mom, what you want me to wear? I'll just wear that." But it was like a dress and pants and then another jacket. Like I was like, I could barely walk. It was sort of so cumbersome. And I got to set. They're like, "What is she wearing?" And I was like, "I don't know. That's what I thought you should wear." And they had this huge discussion about like, the designer was like, no, that's perfect. She's wearing what she should wear. And then the director's like, "It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense what you're wearing." Anyway, I don't know if that's a very funny story.
Perfect.
And I also encourage you to cut but
it's an insider
scoop.
Yeah,
always put on every single item they hang up.
Okay, what about there was a night shoot where it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't remember which one it is, but the coach and I pop up out of a little yogurt thing. And
is this in the third one?
It might be the third one.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And we've been working on this song all night, and we hadn't worked probably since like maybe 9 o'clock that evening. So we were sort of just like a bit bug-eyed, going like, just got to stay awake for this shot. And then they filmed this whole song, and if you look at the actual film, the Zombies 3, they used like 2 words, but it was like this whole thing where it's like, just keep awake. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
So funny.
Yeah. Those night shoots are a little bit like you're in a bit of a different zone.
With being in a series of DCOMs that were musicals, how long were you like in Canada for like rehearsals and filming and all of that? Because it's a little bit longer because you have to do rehearsals, right?
I mean, it's adorable that you think that they let me
great.
dance.
Right, but if you're popping out of a trash can, you still got to be like, okay, am I blocking?
I mean,
and I heard you're a dancer.
Like, I brought my tap shoes. Anybody? No. A 5, 6, 7, 8. No. But also, like, look, those routines are amazing. Also, like, I don't know the name of the choreographer, but every time I met them, I was like, I dance, and they're like, okay, on you go. Suited lady. They had extensive. I mean, again, I wasn't there for the rehearsals of the dances, but they had extensive rehearsals. And again, like, those kids, but like that whole cast went from like doing a little bit of work to that, but they work hard. Like there was nothing about that show that was like a walk in the park. They worked really hard and delivered. I think they really delivered. There's some beautiful chemistry and scenes that are really sweet and heartbreaking too.
Mm-hmm. Girl and a zombie.
Go ahead. Sing it from your heart, man. You got this.
I don't even know the lyrics, but I like that song.
It's good.
I think you can't sing it because then you'll be like,
they're going to cease and desist
off the internet.
So I actually have to stop
you.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
She sings like 15 seconds and then she's like, okay, I have to stop.
I know you'd like to just sing the whole thing and take a good 10 minutes out of this discussion, but you legally
Thank you so much.
Right,
I forgot that you're also a lawyer and we really needed.
That's, I play one. I just play one on TV and not well. I can't.
Do you keep in touch with anyone from the Zombies movies?
A little bit. Like we'll like have little texts and stuff like that. I'm friends with Cameron still, so we'll see each other if we're in the same city. Cool. Those Mannheims throw a good games night.
Oh man, they're probably very competitive.
Wow.
I would imagine,
but not in a way that you're like, well, let's not be friends after this. That kind of person. Just they're like competitive, but like, like
laughing the entire time. Games night,
just fun. Like and everybody should win. Like one of those, like you can do it kind of feeling. But like it's a really, and Cameron has prizes too. Like it's a thing, but it's a delight. Like it really saved when we were living in Los Angeles. It saved our souls having those kind of nights because there was such. Just joy, just pure joy.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And you moved back home.
I feel like,
sorry, Val.
And then we moved back home. We moved back home because of COVID and my pop wasn't well. So we moved back home to like make sure. Well, we kind of spent our last days together with Tim. So that was really good to be here for it.
I'm sorry to hear that, but glad you could be together.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
One thing I definitely want to give you an opportunity to talk about a little bit is the Firecracker department, your podcast and the organization that kind of grew out of that. Do you want to just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it is exactly that. We started as a podcast. We're like up on 10 years now. We're almost 10.
Wow.
But it's sort of the same thing. Like, how do you create a platform so that we can hear more stories from female and non-binary artists? And that's what we did. And it quickly grew into community. Now we have like a chapter in Toronto and Vancouver and Calgary and Los Angeles. And everybody sort of does their own thing. So we've got like upcoming, we've got this great program called the Igniter program that challenges more women and non-binary filmmakers to make funny films, because we can't have enough of those in the world. And then this past February, we just launched our first TV show called I'm Also Here. And you can see that on Bell and then eventually on our YouTube site. But yeah, which is, so we're, you know, like if you ever have too much time on your hands, start a business and you'll never be bored again.
Well, this podcast is on a network that I started during the pandemic. So I hear you on that one.
You started your own network?
Yeah. I started the Trident network. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, so
see,
it's fun.
Good for
we
you.
have podcasts, we have YouTube stuff for like recorded content, and then we do live streamed shows on Twitch.
Amazing. Yeah. Oh my God. I want to make sure that everybody in the Firecracker land hears about that. That's amazing.
That would be amazing. And if anyone has ideas for stuff, we're always looking for new content. So
this is how partnerships happen. So somebody says something like that. I'm like, okay, now we have to have a meeting, Val. And now we have to talk about how Firecracker department can support you and vice versa.
I would truly love that.
Yeah. I mean, it is really that kind of thing, you know, that proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go together. So it is that kind of thing that like, let's go together and we're going to go way further.
Yes.
Wow.
Ugh.
Your mind is brilliant to me. And I love it.
I don't know if that. I don't believe that was like going to go this way.
I'm just so in awe of how intelligently you speak about the people who are meaningful to you and how you treat this world very delicately with respect, but also with so much light and love. And I'm very, we're not done yet, but I'm just very grateful for this chat today. And, you can tell also too, you're an interviewer as well, because you're very relaxed and welcoming. So thank you for that.
Back at you. I was a delight. I was like, I don't know what I'm heading into, but I could talk to you two forever. It's really lovely.
Luckily, we do get told that, where I think everyone's like, I don't know who I'm talking to. I mean, and that's the thing with people with podcasts and things like that. You don't know who you're talking to. People could be really fucking weird. So thank you for taking a chance on us.
And you are, but I like it.
No, we're the right brand.
Yeah. I'm like cool weird.
Yeah.
No,
kind of weird.
Al is way cooler than me.
No, you got a good combo.
Thank you. Well, we'll give you this inside scoop. We'll see if we keep this into the public recording, but we are actually, because we're running out of DCOMs to watch, we're actually pivoting, hopefully, into more interviews. Like that's what we want to start doing, like basically regularly. So you're kind of like right at this precipice where we have like maybe two, I think, or no, we have one official DCOM left. And then we're kind of,
and then it switches to the Disney original movies because of Disney Plus.
Right. Because Disney channels like cease to exist in certain markets.
That's interesting. Yeah. But that's a pretty easy pivot, right?
I think so. As long as we can like get in contact, if we're fortunate to get responses like we did from you, then it'll be an amazing.
You just have to keep asking people in the end, you know, like I said to my husband, like, Colin Mockery, Colin Mockery is from Whose Line Is It? So when we first started doing our shows, we were like, will you come and be our guest? And he was like, yes. And because of him, like it just helped us get our rhythm of getting shows and getting an audience. And now whenever like anybody asks me to do anything, I have to say it's the Colin Mockery clause, because he did that for us. I have to pay it forward. So
happy to be on the receiving end.
I know, seriously.
And while we're at it, Kathy Greenwood, who is also on Whose Line Is It, but not for a long time. She was like the woman that came and went.
Yeah.
But she's got, I think, did we just release her podcast? But I've got a podcast with her coming up, and she narrated our TV show that we did. She's another extraordinary person. So
I remember her having great hair.
Yeah, she's got great hair. Also so smart. Like you see, like, I mean, they shot for a long time when they do those Whose Line, but like just a smart group of people.
Yes, for
smart
sure.
and funny.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Naomi, so typically at the end of every episode, I create a game for Val to play based off a movie, based off whatever. And we know that you typically do a rapid fire questions. So I have created as rapid fire as we can get here today. So before we leave, we're going to play dun, 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 rapid fire. Hey, that's good free rapping.
Yeah. My name is Naomi.
All right. Answer as rapidly as you please. All right. There's a chunk of them. So here we go. What is the childhood restaurant you remember going to the most?
McGinnis Landing. Oh, wait, there was two. Oh, gosh. The other one was called Alibaba. That might be really inappropriate now. But it was called Alibaba, and I would go and have, I would have spare ribs and a Shirley Temple, and it was without fail. I would go in there. Wow. It was almost like as a regular, I'd just be like, my usual, sir.
That's exactly what I was looking for when I wrote that question. Perfect.
Yeah.
Who is the musician you'd spend top dollar for to sit in the front row?
Great question. Alive or dead? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Ella Fitzgerald. 100%.
Love it.
Just Ella Fitzgerald.
What is your least favorite dessert, but you'd still eat it?
Yes.
All dessert, you're like, there isn't a least favorite.
Oh, I mean, no, like there's sometimes when you're eating one of those like McCain's pie things that you're like, this is nothing of this ingredients should be in my body in any way. I should probably just say, but then you're like, I'll finish it. So one of those. I'll make an excuse.
For the rest of your life, you can only eat one kind of potato. When you're eating potatoes, it can only be one kind of potato. What kind of potato are you eating?
I mean, I've had this question before. I'm not going to lie. This one I was ready for. The only potato, smashed with coconut oil.
Ooh.
A little bit of salt.
Where do you sit in the movie theater when you see a movie?
A little bit back, middle, right behind the guy with a huge head. And that's just by chance.
And
that's
I hire a man every time to sit in front of me. I buy 2 tickets.
Just because I like the core workout of going back and forth as I'm watching.
What is your favorite household chore?
I'm a fan of the laundry, but if you ask my husband, he'd be like, no, she's not. I'm a fan of spice drawer organization.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can tell we're the same people.
And then last one is, what is the song that was most recently stuck in your head?
I know. We just went to see Ragtime in New York.
Oh.
And do you know that musical at all?
There's a little bit. I'm not like super duper.
Come down.
Joshua Henry.
Anyway, we were obsessed with that little stanza, so that Matt and I were walking around New York going, Sarah, come down. So that was in our brains for a long time. And if you look at him, he's fantastic. Like he has this video where he teaches you. I know he shows his process of how he got to that moment. It was really
his
beautiful.
TikTok is not big enough for my liking. That man needs to be famous. He needs to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, you heard it here, folks.
Because it's my choice.
This is where it tips.
Well, thank you so much for playing Rapid Fire.
Rapid fire.
You're amazing.
What a delight.
This has been so fun.
I loved every moment of this. And we have it on recording that we're going to improvise together in some city sometime.
Mhm.
Yay. Definitely
Yeah.
next time
For
you're in
sure.
Chicago, please
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Do you ever come to Toronto?
Well, actually,
No, you both did the same thing. You went,
Michael, my husband, one of his company's offices is in Toronto. So so next time he goes, I'll try and find an excuse to go with him.
yes, 100%. I'll show you around. We'll jump. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
That'd be
I love
amazing.
Let me know.
I went in
Keep in
2021,
touch.
but I
For
would
sure.
go again. I think being a Chicagoan, Toronto is very similar in terms of ease of getting around,
Yeah.
niceties of the community, and just the cleanliness and things to do. So I really did enjoy my time there.
The cleanliness. That's right. The cleanliness. How's that calendar going, Grandma? The cleanliness is what you go to Toronto for sure.
Well,
Yes. Wait, what did you come to Toronto for when you
my
came?
friend's family went, and he invited me and another friend. So we just went and looked around, and then they went to a soccer game. I by myself rushed waitress. We did Chinatown. We did there was like another like more hip. Yeah.
Kensington
We
Market?
did like we did it all. It was wonderful. And then I, being a
Great.
city person, was the one who drove the Dodge Durango 2.5 hours to Niagara Falls and back because I'm the only one who knew how to drive in the city. Mhm.
Of course you did.
So
Yes.
I had a lovely time in Toronto. I'd love to go back.
Listen, I don't want to say goodbye. I know it's coming up and I'm starting to hate it. And I'm not kidding. If there is a way, then maybe there's a thing. Maybe there's a Chicago firecracker
Oh my
thing.
gosh,
So
yes.
let's
Yeah.
just put that into your pocket.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but let's keep in touch.
Yes, please.
And Naomi, can you tell everyone where they can find you on the internet?
You can go to the internet.
Sorry, Grandma here.
When you
The
go to
World
the internet,
Wide
go
Web.
to www.instagram.com/Snieckus. And that's my last name, Snieckus. And then you can find Firecracker Department. And I'm also here. And Behrman Snieckus, which is my duo with my husband. All the things.
Nice.
Perfect. Awesome.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Naomi. Lifelong
Yes.
friends
Thank you.
we've
Thank you so
made.
much.
You got so formal.
I'm
You suddenly got so formal. Thank you so
for your
much.
time.
Yeah.
I have to really reel it in for this. But
Yeah,
truly,
thanks.
we
Yeah.
are so grateful for you. And thank you so much.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Real pleasure. Thank you.
Bye, Val.
Bye, Al. Bye, Naomi.
Bye, you too.
This podcast was produced by me,
And me.
and it was edited by me.
The music was composed by Michael McNally.
You can find us online at thetridentnetwork.com/dcommentaries-pod.
And you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at DCommentaries.
D-Commentaries is a part of the Trident Network. To learn more about our videos, live shows, and other podcasts, please visit thetridentnetwork.com.
Disney Channel original movies.
Damn it, Allie.